Hello, welcome. In this video, we're going to continue working with the Minor Arcana, Tarot's little secrets. We'll have a look at the numbered cards from 1 to 10 and begin to learn what the meaning of each number is. We'll also learn how to weave a story based on the placement of the cards. Let's talk tarot. In the last video, we learned what the elements and the direction and the season are for each of the suits in the tarot. If you missed that video, you can catch it here. Now, as a quick review, let's look at our aces again. Wands, represented by fire and the color red, and the direction south and the season of spring. Cups are represented by the element water. Their color is blue, their direction is west, and their season is summer. Aces are represented by the element air, their color yellow, direction is east, and the season is fall. Pentacles are represented by the element earth with the color green, and their direction is north, their season winter. Let's have a look at our suit of wands from ace to 10. Now, we have already learned that the aces represent a new beginning. They represent the idea, the inspiration. And the twos in tarot, they represent choices and decisions and planning. The threes represent the work, the direction that we're going to take in order to act on this inspiration that we're choosing what to do about and actually making a plan about it. And the fours represent a foundation, a balance, a structure, and creating the foundation around the idea. And the fives represent change. For me personally, fives always bring a sense of knowing that something was chosen, but by choosing one thing, another thing was not chosen. And it's kind of being like in that middle of, oh, I'm going this direction, but I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. Now sixes, they have to do with relating and cooperation. And actually the decision has been made, so the direction has been chosen. Sevens represent evaluating and reflecting on what that choice was, what the work is. Eights represent movement, manifestation, that feeling that you feel it's so near, it's so close. You just can't see it yet, but you know it's coming. Nines represent waiting and also a culmination of many things. The 9 in cycles represents coming toward the end of a cycle, so you know that something is coming to fulfillment. The fruits of your labor are coming. The 10 represents the completion. The 10 represents that the hard work and the effort and even the struggle is coming to an end. So let's just go back again and just go through here really quickly as if I'm going to tell a story. I got an inspiration of an idea. I wanted to create a new garden in my backyard. I took some time to think about this garden and what I would do. And then I was making my choices of where I would put things. And then I realized, okay, the work that I need to do in it. Like I'm making a recipe. What needs to go in to this recipe to make it happen? And this is part of the 4, the structure. How is it going to lay out? How do I see it? And what ingredients need to happen? And then the 5 is the, ooh, did I do this? Should I have done that? Am I doing this right? I'm evaluating how this garden's really going to look now that I'm in it. The 6 is the yes. Here I am. I'm going here. This is my direction. This is what I'm doing. And the 7 is the evaluation of the process, of are things growing? Does it look good? Is this what I really wanted? And then the 8s, I can see things sprouting. I can see everything coming together. I can see my plan of the garden looking like a beautiful garden. And then the 9 is the, oh, these are going to grow over here. This is looking good. That might have a little too much shade, but I see everything coming, and I can actually feel the fruits of my labor as I'm watching. Then the 10 is the completion. And although this card looks like someone's carrying a burden, look in the background. If you can look back there, there's the village, there's the house, there's the castle. He's on his way home. I'm coming home to the culmination, the completion of my plan. So that's how I would read this from 1 to 10, just as a quick way to get you to feel this. In the last video, I had suggested that you take your aces, and knowing the elements and the direction and the seasons of the aces, and knowing that they're inspiration and new beginnings, to work with those aces. And I even suggested to take an ace into your daily awareness practice or meditation practice, one a day for 4 days in a row. I'm going to share with you what one of my days looked like. I did this before I went to bed at night, and I just kind of meditated for a minute on the Ace of Wands and what I know about the Ace of Wands. The way I do it is I visualize, I see in my mind's eye what this represents to me, and I feel it. I always work with my chakras, and I feel things, and I want to bring my heart and my mind together so that I'm not just thinking and I'm not just feeling. I'm actually integrating the thought with the emotion for an opening so that I can intuitively talk to this card. You know, that's what we're doing here, guys. With the pictures on the cards, we learn by memory, and symbolism is the language of the tarot, and we're learning to weave stories through the cards. My story goes like this. I felt inspired, motivated to create something. The desire within was strong. I saw lilies and a thriving hedge with a pathway. I felt connection and I wanted to share. A clear image came to my mind about my own garden and a plant that I had recently transplanted. I took that plant to a friend and welled up with joy as their eyes took in my gift of love. So you can get a feel about weaving a story. Let's switch one of those aces around and let's weave another story. This story goes like this. Feeling peaceful, the emotion of love enveloped me, and I felt an intuitive nudge. The nudge fired me up to take action about this overflowing love I was experiencing. In my mind's eye, I clearly saw the face of a loved one. This led me to pick up the phone and express to them what I was thinking and how I was feeling and check in with them. And it created a deeper connection in our relationship. And that's that story. I'm a real big advocate on working with your cards, touching your cards, feeling your cards. Really get in there. Look at them. What do you see in there? What do you notice? When you're looking at a card, when you're looking at that ace and you're noticing everything around it, the mountains in the background, the garden, the hand, is it the right hand, the left hand, does that have a meaning to you? So feel these cards, feel them. We're not only creating a relationship with our deck of tarot cards, we are absolutely developing a deeper intuition. We're expanding our intuition, and we're using tarot as a tool to do just that. Thank you for joining me. If you like this content, please subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you in the next video.